What inspires you as a kid? Basically, how did I get into a lot of the stuff I got into? We'll go into some detail on some of the other stories later, but now I just want to do a quick overview of some of my favorite inspirations. Michelangelo, he's easy. I got into Ninja Turtles and Saturday morning cartoons, and he was fun. I always liked a breath of levity. So he's remained my favorite turtle, even if overall I probably relate to others more. He's fun. And that's something that we seem to be missing a lot in the world. That's why I keep him around as my favorite. On the other hand, what inspired me to a couple characters that most people, particularly of my when I got into them, would not have gotten into these characters of my age for sure. Scarlet Spider and Adam Warlock. We'll do Scarlet Spider. The easy part is I really like the outfit. The colors are slightly different, but I like that red and blue. Superficially, that's the majority of it. The other reason I got into both of those characters is also very superficial. They're blonde. It's funny because there's so many characters in comics that are blonde. But when I was a kid and how I got into comics, it wasn't the case for what I was reading. I mean, Ninja Turtles don't have hair. Spider-Man, until he came around, the lead was brown hair. Adam Warlock. The other book I was reading that how got into Marvel was X-Men. During the period of X-Men, it was around when the animated series came out. So if you think about the characters in the animated series, none of the blondes made it onto the team as one of the mains of the show. You know, I know there's like Bobby Drake and Cannonball, and there's a whole handful of others who ended up being blonde, and I didn't really read Avengers that much, and the stuff I did know about the Avengers when I was that age was just always them in their outfits. So I didn't know Captain America or Hawkeye was blonde, or the handful of others. Didn't see it. Why did it connect to me as a child? I'm a blonde-haired kid. Superficially, that was it. And then I came on, the first issue I ever read of Adam Warlock was Infinity War #6, the finale of that arc, which is actually not the same one the Infinity War movie was based on. It was a sequel to the fight over the gauntlet. But he was the first, that was the first into my foray, and then as I've grown older and gotten into comics more, he ended up cementing himself as my favorite character, which I find interesting. I will have to tell you, I'm finishing my story. I'll have to tell you more of how as I've gotten older, I relate to Adam, but it's just fun how so much can have an effect when you're younger for something looking like you. And on the flip of that, before I go, it's why I don't have issue with shows and movies having more representation. There are plenty of guys who look like me. There are not, for many minorities, and many LGBTQ community. So it's nice to finally see inspiration, and I don't get mad about it. I don't understand people getting mad about something appearing in a show or a movie or a comic or whatever, any media. Because you got to remember, it's media. Guess what? If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. I know, a novel concept. And if enough people don't watch it, they won't make it that way. You're just mad because even with you yelling about it all the time, enough people are watching the content or visiting whatever it is, supporting it, and it is doing well overall. And, you know, then you have the people who are always wishing for stuff to fail, and the MCU's in a state like that now, and it's just so annoying. It's like, if you don't like it, fine, don't watch it. I don't have an issue with it. But why you want to wish something ceases to exist just because you don't like it is such an odd thing. People need to realize it. If you don't like it, it's fine. I don't know. There's so much in the world where there's issues and problems and things that we actually need to change and things that are actually worth getting mad about, that representation is not one of them.